Gabón, buenas noches. Comenzamos la rueda de prensa en castellano, después continuaremos con el euskera y después en inglés. Sonido original de Petacaba funciona correctamente. En la grabación, lamentamos, solo funcionará el sonido original. Muchas gracias. ¿Preguntas? ¿Preguntas para el señor Moyes?
Questions?
Empezamos con Marco.
Hola, buenas noches, mister. No sé si es la noche más feliz desde que es entrenador de la Real Sociedad. No sé si es.
Yes, very happy. Great result for the team. Very important result. And very hard game, but great result. And really happy with how the team done tonight.
Buenas noches, felicidades. No sé si habrá que poner en solfa el estado físico de los jugadores después del derroche de esta noche ante un todo Barcelona.
Yeah, we've worked hard this week for 2 days, but I hope by the time you'll see a greater physical shape in the months and by next season as well. I said before, it's very hard to get the players in great physical condition during the season. But I thought they worked really hard tonight. They had to defend incredibly well, but they had to run fast forward when we counter-attacked. So I was very pleased with how they performed tonight. They've done a great job.
David, buenas noches. Decías en la previa que era difícil hacerle daño al Barça con el balón. No lo habéis hecho con el balón, lo habéis hecho defendiendo. Qué bien ha defendido el equipo, ¿no? Cuánta casta, cuánto coraje, y supongo que agradeces que el equipo se haya entregado tanto, haya tenido tanta agresividad.
Well, I think defending's a big part of football. You don't win games if you don't defend well. And I thought we defended really well tonight. And because we defended well tonight, it gave us a chance of winning the game. I hope to play as good as Barcelona. That's the plans, to try and be as good as Barcelona, how good they play their football. But what we have to do just now is build step by step. And defensively, another clean sheet, no goals against Barcelona is really difficult to do. So we have to give the defenders great credit, and the goalkeeper great credit, and all the players for how hard they worked to make sure we didn't concede any goals tonight.
Hola David, buenas noches. Es evidente que el comportamiento del equipo esta temporada frente a los equipos grandes es diferente al que muestra frente a equipos de categoría inferior. ¿Hasta qué punto lo que hemos visto hoy sirve para evaluar el potencial de este equipo?
I agree. I mean, great results against Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, now Barcelona. So the team has capabilities of winning big games, but the team has to show it's got the capabilities to win the other games. And this season, I think tonight's only our 4th victory. So we have to show in the other games that we can win. And, you know, I think I've been here 8 games now with some draws. We've not always been able to go and win. We've not always had taken the opportunities we've created. We've defended quite well in all the games, with the exception of Villarreal. We've defended well, but we need to be more creative. We need to pass the ball better. We need to create more chances against the other teams. But against teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, we'll have to defend very well against them because they all have outstanding players.
Después de lo poco que ha tenido el equipo el balón, no sé si volvería a apostar por ese 11 sin una referencia arriba, sin un 9, pues eso, sin un Aguirreche, sin un Finn Bogason.
Yeah, I went to the Champions League final at Wembley, and Barcelona had all the possession as well. Anybody who's watched Barcelona play football for the last 10, 15 years, I'll tell you, if you even get close to having the same possession as Barcelona, you must be doing really well. I didn't expect tonight to have the possession. I'd like to. I'd like my team to. But the quality of the players they have in their team, what they possess, was going to make it difficult. And I have to say, all the games I've watched in Spain, except of maybe Real Madrid and Atletico, they have all the possession in the other games. So I think the question is an obvious answer. And I think you would expect Barcelona to have the majority of the possession. If I had my way, I'd like it to be me. But I'm playing against a very good team.
David, has comentado que el equipo tiene que mejorar en la posesión, en los pases del balón. ¿No crees que aún así, aún necesitando esa mejoría, hoy el equipo ha mostrado por partes que es capaz de hacerlo, ¿no? Cuando Granero, Xai y Prieto han tenido el balón, Canales, la Real también es capaz de jugar bien a fútbol.
Yeah, at times not in the first half, but better in the second half. We passed it better. At half time I said we have to pass the ball better to each other. And because of high pressure from Barcelona, and also because we were only winning the ball back outside our box, it meant that you have to take some risks with the ball. You have to have some passes. But I thought the players done it much better in the second half. But good, they're getting better. I think they're playing better. I think they're showing bigger energy. A great team spirit tonight. To have a team spirit is really important. I thought the players had a great team spirit. Made sure they backed each other up, supported each other. And no, really pleased with how they got the result tonight.
David, sinceramente, ¿qué es lo que ha pensado cuando al ver la alineación del equipo rival ha constatado que no estaban ni Messi ni Neymar? ¿Ha pensado que quizás iba a ser un poquito menos difícil de lo esperado?
No, I expected Messi and Neymar maybe to be on the bench today. I've managed a very big club. You have a squad of players. The big games for the big teams come later in the year. February, March, April. You have to have everybody ready and fresh. You can't play all your players in all the games. And you have to give them some rest and some recovery. So I probably expected it. And I think their coach made the right decision. He knows best about the Barcelona team. He knows the players better than MD. And let's be fair, he has a really strong squad. And the players who played tonight are really good players instead. But Luis Enrique will know his squad best, and I'm sure he knew he was making the right decision. And I think maybe in his position I would have done the same thing.
¿Qué le ha parecido el empuje del público con el colegiado, con el equipo? Supongo que ha pasado de un partido como el de Copa en el que había muy poca gente a un partido intenso con el público volcado.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great atmosphere tonight. But also because the team gave the supporters something to shout about. The team showed their attitude, their determination, great courage to play against the players that they're against. But I want the crowd to be like that in every game. And when I first came here, one of my jobs I want is to make sure that we have a full stadium. Once we have a full stadium, we'll know we've got a good team. So I have to keep improving. I have to keep improving the team. I have to keep improving the performances. But more importantly, I have to get us to climb the table so that when these games come about, they mean a lot. They mean maybe it's a European place. So I hope that in the future we'll have big crowds, and we need the crowd to play a part. And I thought tonight they were good. I thought the crowd tonight were very good.
Dos preguntas que tienen que ver con la misma persona. ¿Qué opinión le merece la actuación de Rulli en el día de hoy? Y segundo, ¿había algún problema físico? Porque hemos visto calentar a Zubicaray al descanso con más intensidad, incluso al comienzo de la segunda parte también.
Yes, we're worried that Rulli may have refractured his metatarsal. Yeah. And he done it in the first half. So we're worried. That's why a little bit of his kicking in the second half was a little bit not so good. So we think he's maybe damaged his metatarsal. Am I saying the right word in Spanish? Metatarsal? Yeah, metatarsal. So that's what we think. Not sure, not completely sure yet, but that's what we think.
On the foot.
Yeah, on the foot, yeah.
Si no hay más preguntas en castellano. Euskeraz, galderarik? Bai, euskeraz. Continue in Basque.
David, zorionak.
Thank you.
Zorionak, David. Zure taldeak laster hartu dio aurrea markagailuari, bat eta huts berehala jarri da aurretik markagailuan, eta ongi eutsi dio gero aldeari. Zure hitzak entzun da, gehien bete zaituena taldeak defentsan egindako lana izan da?
I am delighted with the way the team have defended today. The team have been fantastic. Against such a good team, they defended brilliantly well. And it was a great result for us. It was a really strong defensive performance. And my early days as a coach, the best way is to win 1-0 because it gets you started then. Then you start to build, you start to get a better team. So if we can play the games and concede no goals, we'll always have a great chance of winning.
Taldeak Jago Barrasate entrenatzailea zela irabazi zuen Real Madrid, o gainditu zuen Real Madrid, Santana entrenatzailea zela gainditu zuen Atletico Madrid, zuk ere baduzu zure handia, Barcelona. Ez dakik garrantzi gehiago ematen diozun talde handi bati irabaztea, edo 3 puntu, gaur lortutako 3 puntueri, eta 3 puntu hauek sailkapenean izango duten eraginari.
Well, it's an important 3 points for us. Every game just now we have to try and win the points to move away from the bottom of the league so that we're not involved in relegation. So I do think that tonight's 3 points were really important. But I hope it's more than that. I hope tonight gives them confidence, self-belief. But as you rightly said, the team have beaten Real Madrid, they've beaten Atletico Madrid, and maybe then not gone on and shown what they can do in other games. So now the challenge is to show that we can do it in all the games. Whoever we play, get a good level of performance. And I think the players are improving. I think they're getting better. I see good signs. They've trained very, very well this week in training. And I've been pleased with them. And for me, maybe no surprise we won tonight because of how well they trained this week in training. They've been very good.
Continue in English.
Yeah.
David, how you doing? The temptation now might be for the club to say, well, you've beaten Barcelona, you don't need to do too much in January. You've got a good first team and you've got the kids if you need depth later in the season. But you must feel that this now is a great example, is a great chance to push on, bring in a couple of experienced players. You talked about the strength in depth that Barca have. You'll want that now for the end of the season.
Yeah, I would like to be competing against Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, Seville at the top of the league. That's what I want to do. And because to do that, then we will have to make the squad stronger. With the experience I've got, what we've got is a good team. But if we really want to be at the top, we're going to have to try and add to it. I hope it's in January, but if it's not in January, we need to make it the summer. But I'm also very, very aware and very behind the club and their philosophy of bringing the players in from the B team and from the youth team. And I'll definitely look to do that. But to be at the top, we have to also go out and try and bring in some of the best players from overseas, or Spain, for example, as well.
Hi, David. I know at the end of the day, it's just 3 points towards sort of the end goal of the season, but a win against Barcelona, how does that sort of rate in your career highlights?
Well, we've talked about Barcelona when I was at my past clubs, Everton, Manchester United. We used to watch Barcelona. As I said, I've been to the Champions League final and watched them with admiration. And we used to always say, my goodness, how are you going to play against Barcelona? You know, how would you get a result against Barcelona? So tonight I get that opportunity. I've got to say it was a long night. We scored early on. It was a long night after that. I'd have liked to have given them a harder game in their defence, but you know, what we've done is we made it very difficult for them to score. And I think that's part of football as well, and I think a lot of teams do that with Barcelona. But it was great to play against Barcelona, great to play against so many good players. and I thought the players done a great job in getting a positive result.
Hi, David, as you know, this time of the year it's the rage in England to talk about having a winter break. Probably for the first time in your career, you've probably experienced that now.
Yeah.
On the back of it, you've come out with a victory. Do you now, seeing it from the other side, see the merits of that and something that really should be considered back in the Premier League?
I do think it should definitely be considered in the Premier League. I think the only difference is I think the Premier League can't do it till maybe the first week in January. So whereas in Spain you get to spend time with your families at Christmas, I think that period in England would be so difficult for the Premier League to change. But I think if we'd done what they do in Spain, I mean we only had 2 weeks off, so it wasn't as if we had a big 3-week, 4-week break. We were allowed to give the players a week off, and we come in and train for a week before tonight's game. But I think depending on where you are, like Barcelona, depending on how many games their players have played, Champions League, league games, cup games, etc., they might need a little bit more extra time off. But our players, we don't have those commitments here, so we had a week off. But I think it would be great for the teams in England, and I think it would be great for the managers as well, to feel that after the busy Christmas period, they could have where they could maybe try and get some injured players back, and they could have a bit of rest and recovery with their families as well.
Yeah, hi there, congratulations on
Hi there, thank you.
How does it compare maybe to when you were with Everton and you would have beaten teams like Goodison Park, maybe Arsenal or Chelsea, teams like that? Is it a similar feeling that you have after beating Barcelona?
It's quite similar to the early days at Everton. I think in the end days it wasn't. I thought at Everton in the end period we would play as well as some of the opposition. And that was different. But this reminded me of the early days. How was I ever going to get a result against the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool at that time, who had a great team, Liverpool, Manchester United. And we didn't always get results, but we got some, and we built up a bit of confidence and we got better. And I hope that's going to be the same tonight. The only difference with La Real is just over a year ago they were Champions League. This year they were in the Europa League. So we have to get them back up there quickly. It's not as if they've never been at that level of football. They have been. And now the job is to get them back there, and I hope that we can do that and get us near the top of the league again.
¿Más preguntas, more questions?
Just to ask, when the team have conceded maybe a lot of goals in the second half of games recently, done well in the first half, but conceded more in the second half. When you scored so early after 2 minutes, it was a long time to hang on.
I said to Billy McKinlay, I said we could do with the referee blowing the final whistle here after we scored the goal. It came so early. But, we made 1 or 2 opportunities as well. It wasn't as if we had no opportunities, and we had quite a few counter-attack moments where maybe we could have been better. But yeah, I knew it was going to be a long night because they've got great ball retention. I mean, Xavi, I don't know if he gave the ball away all night. Xavi was fantastic. And they have so many good players in their team. So, for me, it was a great night, great result. And more importantly, a great result for the club and the team, because it gets us 3 important points and gets us a wee bit further up the league.
Last one. Thank you.
Just you said about maybe trying to bring in some players. Is there any one position in the team that you see that you could do with maybe strengthening that you prioritise at the moment?
No, I've got an idea of what I'd like to do, but I think in January you don't always get exactly what you want, so you have to be sort of flexible and looking to see. And I said I will more than likely only go into the loan market, and if I do, then I just need to see what could be available. But that loan market's not just the British market, that's the whole of Europe. We're looking to see what players we could add to the squad. And there's a good chance you end up not getting any. It's not a great period, but I feel if I could boost the squad, then I think it would help everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cheers, thank you.